this is a really key and important thing to be aware of. What is identifying with emotion or thoughts or pain bodies versus awareness of them? So in a lot of my blogs, mysticgirlintthecity.com, you'll hear me talking all the time about awareness. It's really important. And I think sometimes people get confused and they think being aware of the emotional state or meeting an emotional state is to really feel it, really feel the fear or really fear the anger. And that's what it is to be with it or be aware of it. And it's really important that we understand the distinction between becoming identified versus actually aware of it. And there is a big difference. So in the first place, to be identified, let's use this emotion as an example. If we notice an emotion rising and we have an idea that in order to make our lives better, we need to really meet that. We need to really be with it. So we really take it on and we really feel our anger or feel our rage or feel our grief. What's very easy there is to become identified with it. And to become identified with it means that we're beginning to look at our world through the filter of rage or through grief. And as I talk about all the time, every pain body has 3 layers. It has a mental layer, an emotional layer, and a physical layer. So no matter where you're working, so say this grief is coming up, there's going to be a mental layer, a storyline. A storyline about the grief, about the person who broke your heart and has done you wrong and betrayed you and all this grief that's there. And when we're there, really taking it on, really meeting it, really feeling it, it just takes a quick second. And we become identified with it, meaning we're believing this done me wrong story. We're believing this I'm so wrong story. I am abandoned. I'm lost. I'm out of love. We're feeling all of this emotion of grief and it's taking over and filtering our whole experiences of everything. That's to become identified. And that actually indulges the pain body, as my beautiful friend Eckhart Tolle refers to it, feeds the pain body. To become aware is something very different. To become aware is to actually look right at it without taking it all on. So to be aware, for instance, of this emotional state is to notice that there's an emotional state here. To notice the sensations of it. And then to take a quick check. And I say this all the time to people. If you had to say one thing, are you A, aware of this emotion, or B, the emotion? If you could only be one, are you aware of the emotion moving, or are you the emotion? And you need to check directly for yourself for the answer. Now, most of the time, you're going to come up with an answer of, I'm aware of it, because you're aware of it, because that's what's true. Which means you are not it. And instead you are watching how it moves, how it arises out of the system, how it boots up a storyline. And we're looking right at the storyline instead of listening to the storyline and looking at the world through the filter of that story, which is to be identified. Instead, where we're aware of it, we're looking right at it and watching how that movement moves. And from that place, we have a whole lot more freedom and spaciousness. We can attend to it. Those of you that know my work and understand that a huge part of my work is about healing suffering and healing trauma, healing our systems. So I have all kinds of ways to do that. So we can attend to the pain that's creating this pain body. We could make a choice if we are busy in the middle of a grocery trip or driving somewhere. We could actually choose to put our awareness somewhere else and not necessarily indulge or engage this. We could put ourselves into another state, which is to actually begin a meditation or something like that, which will transform our state at the moment So we have a number of options. When we are identified, we have no options. We have one thing, which is the indulgence of the pain body. So I just want to make that very, very clear. For more information, go to my website. There's all kinds of articles about that. And if you need more information about healing, feel free to pick up the book, etc., etc., etc. Okay, thanks.